Blessed be, Christine.
Blessed be.
Are you ready for your interview?
I am.
All right, so to begin with, tell us something about yourself and how you came to live in New Orleans.
Well, I'd visited New Orleans for about the last 15 years or so, off and on. It's always been a place that I've loved and I've gravitated towards. And my company had a fantastic opportunity, and they said, but you'll have to move to New Orleans. And I said, there's no have to. So I showed up 3 weeks later, and I haven't left.
So why did you join the New Orleans Coven?
There's a question. Well, my magical journey has taken me in many different directions and to many lands, and nothing really ever stuck. Because it felt like it was almost, if you know what that means. It was almost this, it was almost what I was looking for, and when I had the opportunity to circle with you and with everybody else at the time, not only did I feel genuine power, I felt genuine connection. It was almost an audible click. The more I looked into Alexandrian witchcraft, the more I understood this is exactly what I was looking for, and the pieces fell into place, and so I asked for initiation.
What was your magical background before you joined the New Orleans Coven?
I was a seeker, and I looked in several different directions. When I was younger, I was blessed enough to have the opportunity to be surrounded by, folk magic from both sides of the family. I also had access to lots and lots of reading material, and so I started exploring. I owned Uncle Bucky's Big Blue Book like everybody else, read Scott Cunningham, really looked into all kinds of things, because although my Catholic upbringing gave me a lot of the ceremony and the structure, what it didn't have was that ability to connect the divine to the magical. So I kept searching, studied tarot, found out I was very adept at scrying, and just kept looking and reading and studying until I was blessed enough to find the coven that I'm in now.
You do have the sight. I've witnessed it on several occasions. Something I pay attention to now. What does being Alexandrian mean to you?
Alexandrian, to me, first and foremost, it's priesthood. It's something that within British traditional witchcraft, as compared to other areas of spirituality, I think that the priesthood is taken very seriously. It's something that you understand that whether you're in the circle or you're not in the circle, you are a priest or priestess of the craft, and you conduct yourself as such. It means constantly wanting to learn more. There's, as much as I've read, I can't believe how much I didn't know walking in. And I continue to study and to write and to learn as much as I can so that I can bring that to my coven, to my magic, and to our magical community.
Can you share with us a personal magical success story?
Magics are a wonderful thing. I've been blessed enough to have things that I put out there work beyond my wildest dreams. Sometimes effortlessly, sometimes with a lot of effort. And sometimes the best successes are when I got the answer no, because it took me in a totally unexpected direction. I don't talk about my work. So I'm not going to sit here and say, well, there was this time when I did this, that, or the other thing, because when you put the magic out there,
People might start looking for the bodies.
well, there's that. But it's mostly that it's sacred. So I just don't talk about it, but I have been very, very fortunate. And the most lucky success story that I can say is probably that I'm sitting right here. That across my journey, I found what I was looking for. I found my tribe. And I continue down this path very happily.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
All right, who are your top 3 goddesses and why?
Top 3 goddesses and why? Well, our goddess, of course, is number 1. The goddess of the witches. Goddess archetypes that I work with Fortuna. I work with the Morrigu. I'm learning more and more about Hecate. And of course, there are all of the dark goddesses that I talk about in my workshops that I understand, but typically the goddess I work with, most these days, is our goddess.
She does pack quite a punch, doesn't she?
You don't say.
Who is your favorite witchcraft elder and why?
You know, I don't know that I have a favorite, for the simple fact that I'm so thankful for every single elder that came before us, that allowed me to be sitting here talking to everybody, allowed me to read the things that I have, where before these were all very, secret documents that you may search for and never find in your entire lifetime. Everybody who has made witchcraft more accessible, everybody who's made key learnings more accessible, everyone who's fought against the prejudices and the biases against witchcraft, I'm thankful for all of them.
What advice would you give a person just beginning to explore traditional craft?
If you are under the age of majority, I'd say read. Read everything you can get your hands on, and in this day and age, you're going to find things in maybe your school library, your public library. Read as much as you possibly can, because when you're young, you're discovering yourself and you're discovering magic. So the more things you're exposed to, the more you're going to know what synchronizes with you, what gels with you, where you want to go. So read many and varied things. Read Buddhism. Read things about the Kabbalah. Read everything you can get your hands on regarding folk magic or high magic. Just read. If as you grow in your magical path and you know what direction you're looking for, seek others out. It's tricky because there's a lot of others out there these days. But the more people you talk to, the more you're going to start to feel that resonate with you. Who's telling you the truth? Who's not telling you the truth? And when I say the truth, more often than not, it's your truth. It's what you're looking for. I'm not here to say that one magic is more valid than the other and one path is more valid than the other. What I will say is you will know your truth because you'll feel it inside. Seek that out. And talk to people who have been involved in the craft for a long time, because they'll be able to vouch for you and send you in directions that you may not have thought of yourself.
You want to be on camera, don't you, Tiki? Now it's time for my favorite question.
Dun, dun, dun.
In regards to the craft, describe a pet peeve of yours.
My magic's better than your magic. My goddess is better than your goddess. My path is better than your path. It's exhausting. When you see, whether it's in a festival or a gathering or on social media, there seems to be an awful lot of arguing rather than coming together. And that to me is very disheartening because it dilutes and negates the fabulous magics that we're putting out there. Let people have their path. It may not be the same as yours. Offer suggestions, but if people choose not to take them, that's fine. They're on their own journey, not yours.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Many members of the New Orleans Coven are very public about the craft. Do you think this is necessary these days, or should witches be more secretive and private?
Both. I am thankful for social media because it gives access to people who are seeking, people who want this information. It allows a lot of information at your fingertips. The challenge with that is, much like anything else, there's also a lot of disinformation. There's a lot of fake news. It's difficult to distill all the things that you have at your fingertips these days. So I think it's wonderful that we can be out there and say, we are Alexandrian priesthood. This is what Alexandrian priesthood means to our coven. We can offer seekers opportunities to either have somebody vouched for, or perhaps we're sending them in a totally different direction that they hadn't thought of. The challenge with social media is what I was talking about earlier, that my path is better than your path. I know more than you do. Therefore, I'm going to beat you over the head with it. I think it's very intimidating for the young seeker, or even the older seeker who's new into the path, because it can come off as very abrasive. And I think this is the downside of being on social media. So while I'm out there, you'll probably see me post as many cat pictures as I will magical articles, just because I'm a person. I'm a priest priestess and I'm a person. And I try to show that whole area. I try not to go over and, bash people over the head with, here's who I am, what I'm about, and if you're not that, then you're nothing. That's not my message.
Do you have any parting words for the people of YouTube and Facebook?
Don't lose heart. Your path is out there. What you seek is out there. Whether it takes you a day, a week, or a couple of years to find it, let not stop you nor turn you aside. You've got this. You'll find it. Whether it's with us or whether it's somewhere else, keep looking, keep reading, keep seeking, and blessings to you all.
Thank you, Christine. Blessed be.
Blessed be.